What's up guys and welcome to my channel. In today's part 1 video I have some information about post-patch weapons analysis in both Black Ops 6 and Warzone. So we start with our first weapon, the AMES 85, and ending this part with the AK-74. Enjoy and give me your feedback in the comments section below. The first weapon on the list is the AMES 85 assault rifle. In Season 1 it got a buff, increased the maximum damage range from 21 to 20 to damage per shot within range between 0 to 50.8 meters. The minimum damage range was increased from 17 to 19 damage per shot within range beyond 50.8 meters. As for the headshot multiplier, it was reduced from 1.25 times to 1.12 times, which means the damage per shot multiplies by 1.12 to get the total damage per shot to the head, which it wasn't working properly until today. Now post-patch Season 1 Reloaded. The weapon got another buff only for the bullet velocity from 760 meters per second to 810 meters per second. Next up, we have the GPR-91. The weapon in Season 1 was nerfed as many other weapons at the release of the Season 1 update, but it have some ups better than the other weapons in the game. So the maximum damage range was increased from 10.1 meters to 19.1 meters. As for the maximum damage was decreased from 23 to 21 damage per shot. For the medium damage it was decreased from 21 to 20 damage per shot. And the medium damage range was adjusted from the range between 10.2 and 48.3 meters to the range between 19.1 and 45.7 meters. The minimum damage range was decreased to 45.7 meters from 48.3 meters, but the minimum damage remained at 17 damage per shot. Now for the surprise, the headshot multiplier was increased from 1.28 times to 1.3 times. Post-patch Season 1 Reloaded. This weapon got a lots of buffs but the headshot multiplier, so the maximum damage range was increased from 21 to 23 damage per shot within range from 0 to 19.1 meters. The medium damage range also increased from 20 to 22 damage per shot, within the range 19.1 to 45.7 meters. The minimum damage range also increased from 17 to 19 DPS within the range 45.7 meters and beyond. Then we got the sprint to fire time improved from 165 to 160 millisecond. The tactical sprint to fire time also improved from 275 to 270 millisecond. We got the slide to fire time improved from 0.37 to 0.33 seconds, as well as the dive to fire time and omni movement improved from 0.45 to 0.42 seconds. On top of that, one more buff added that affected Warzone is the improvement of bullet velocity from 730 to 780 meters per second. Next up on the list, we have the Goblin MK2. The weapon in Season 1 was nerfed, so the maximum damage was decreased from 39 to 37 damage per shot. The medium damage range, like other weapons in the game, was removed, but the minimum damage range remained at 39.4 meters, as well as the minimum damage remained at 30 damage per shot. But the upside of this nerf was that the maximum damage range, which was increased from 6.4 meters to 39.4 meters. Now post-patch Season 1 Reloaded. The Goblin MK2 got a much-needed buffs. However, the developers splitted those buffs between Warzone and Black Ops 6, which it is multiplayer and zombies. As for Black Ops 6, the buffs affected mainly the movement speeds and tactical sprint times. So for all movement speeds it got improved to 0.01 meters per second. A little push, which it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about it. Then the sprint to fire time got improved from 180 millisecond to 175 milliseconds. The tactical sprint time is also improved from 290 millisecond to 285 millisecond. Now let's talk about Warzone. The only buff that the weapon got is the improvement to bullet velocity, which it was increased from 740 meters per second to 800 meters per second. I'm assuming that these buffs are applied in both Warzone and Black Ops 6, but I'm not sure. I need to test that a bit more. The next on the list is the SVL. The weapon needed that buff since in Season 1 the only positive impact was the maximum range. The maximum damage range was increased from 9.5 meters to 21.6 meters. but the maximum damage was decreased from 21 to 20 damage per shot. The medium damage range got adjusted since the medium damage range is divided into two ranges or sections, if you will. The medium damage range 1 adjusted from between 9.6 and 43.2 meters to between 21.7 and 43.2 meters. The medium damage 1 was decreased from 20 to 17 damage per shot. Now for the twisted and confusing part. The medium damage range got totally removed. The minimum damage range got also decreased from 53.3 meters to 43.2 meters, but the minimum damage remained 15 damage per shot. Now post-patch, all-around buffs came up on the as well. I would call them makeovers. So first thing first, the maximum damage range is increased from the range between 0 to 40.6 meters fixed up to the range between 0 to 48.26 meters. The second is the medium damage range. So they remove the range zones 1 and 2, and now we have only one medium range zone, and it got increased from the damage zone 40.6 to 53.3 for meters to be now in the zone 48.26 to 66 meters. The minimum damage range is also increased from beyond 53.3 for meters to be passed beyond 66 meters. Another great buffs are the bullet velocity buff, which got increased from 720 meters per second to 790 meters per second. As well as the greater of all, the aim down sight speed is improved from 230 millisecond to 220 millisecond, which that's a big deal if you want to use that to your advantage in some sticky situations. The AK-74. Pre and post Season 1. The most nerfed weapon pre-Season 1 and throughout Season 1 in Warzone. Except maximum range and minimum damage were up. To put it in perspective, the maximum range increased to 38.1 meters from 5.7 meters. But the maximum damage got decreased from 28 to 27 damage per shot. The medium damage range was totally removed. That's why the game felt weird, because the medium damage regulate damages between long and short distances to give the game more realistic feeling. While the minimum damage was increased to 22, but the minimum range got decreased to 38.1 meters. Weird. Now for the headshot multiplier, it was reduced from 1.3 times to 1.15 times. Post Season 1 Reloaded, we got the great news. The AK-74 got finally buffed. The maximum damage range got increased from 45.7 meters to 53.3 meters. The medium damage range got increased from the range between 45.7 meters and 66 meters to the range between 53.3 meters and 71 meters. The bullet velocity is increased from 760 meters per second to 830 meters per second, which that explains why the gun feels a bit slower than how it should be.